Hello, my name is Rupert and I've been on board the Venice Simplon-Orient-Express for 7 years, and it's my pleasure to show you around this legendary train. You are about to discover what it's like to travel in the footsteps of kings, film stars, spies and other celebrity passengers who have slept and dined in the carriages we will explore. Our route today begins in Venice and finishes in London, but as in any great train journey, guests can board and leave the train at other stations such as Paris along the way. So now please join me here at Venice Santa Lucia station. It's an hour before departure and our guests are following our advice and arriving in good time. The check-in desk is located on the platform near to where the train awaits. Its navy and gold carriages are a magnificent sight. Following a warm welcome, our team is at the ready to help guests with their cabin bags. Meanwhile, all large luggage is taken away and stored in the baggage car. All along the length of the train, our team of stewards stand at the entrance of the carriage, waiting to help passengers board. A highlight of my work is to show each guest their beautiful vintage cabin. It's like stepping inside a work of art. Cabins are decorated with historical marquetry and have original features such as hooks to hang pocket watches at night. There are gleaming brass night lights and wash basin that folds back into the wall. And most importantly, there is a sumptuous banquet seat that we transform into 2 bunk beds at night. Each cabin is truly ingenious in its use of space, but anyone who wishes to spread out a little more can reserve 2 interconnecting ones to create what we call a cabin suite. Offers extra privacy for sleeping or the chance to use one cabin as a living area and the other as a bedroom. Lavatories are positioned at each end of the carriages, close to the wood-burning stoves that provide heat and hot water. You will spot original candle holders and ashtrays, neither of which are now used on this strictly non-smoking train. What you won't find are electric sockets or anything that speaks of the 21st century, such as Wi-Fi. It's all just as it was in the 1920s, when Agatha Christie was a regular passenger. In fact, if you want to get a feel of life on board, just watch the film Murder on the Orient Express. Once everyone is on board, the whistle blows and the train sets off. It's an exciting moment to see Venice's bell towers recede and to move into the landscape of green vineyards and hilltop castles. There are spectacular views of snow-capped mountains as the train climbs up to the Dolomites. Guests can relax in their cabin and gaze out at the changing scenery while enjoying an aperitif. A knock at the door and the maitre d' arrives to take reservation for lunch and dinner in 2 of the train's 3 restaurant cars. The menu reflects the produce of the countryside. Italian specialties create a real feeling of place as we roll past orchards and fields. As the train continues to wind up into the Alps, it's a good time to explore. Stop off at the onboard boutique with its wide range of gifts from children's toys to beautiful jewelry. Or find out more about the carriage's history. Did you know one was used as a brothel while another was the setting for the signing of the armistice following the First World War? Some of the train carriages are nearly 100 years old, but our regular restoration program means that they are as beautiful as when they were first launched. The train season runs from March to November, leaving the winter months free to keep it in trim. Did you know that the Venice Simplon-Orient-Express travels to destinations all over Europe? These include Istanbul, Prague, Dresden and Krakow. And in 2013, for the very first time, it will travel to Scandinavia. It's just like the train's earliest days when it zigzagged across the continent, linking great cities on a number of different routes. The Orient Express has visited countless destinations since it set out on its first journey from Paris to Istanbul in 1883. Today, as we continue our journey into Austria, afternoon tea is served before pulling into Innsbruck. Here you'll have a chance to step out onto the platform to view the dramatic mountain backdrop. Evelyn's on the Venice Simplon-Orient-Express are the ultimate in glamour. Everyone is encouraged to dress the part. Nothing is too extravagant. Vintage cocktail gowns, black tie, it's like stepping inside a theater performance. Cocktails are served in the bar car as the pianist plays the baby grand piano. Then the four-course dinner begins. Innovative dishes based on fine produce are served with fine wines. Our head chef Christian Bodigel has worked his magic in the train's kitchen for over 25 years. He is always pleased to share some of his culinary secrets.
Bonjour, je m'appelle Christian Bodigel. I am head chef of the Orient Express for 28 years. And I prepare the food in a small kitchen. We have a very small kitchen, but we prepare everything fresh, and we change the menu every 3 months for each season. It's very important. Je vous souhaite un bon voyage et bon appétit.
Dishes might include carpaccio of scallops with caviar or melt-in-the-mouth beef. All menus are table d'hôte and are included in the fare, while an a la carte selection and 24-hour cabin service are available at an additional cost. After dinner, guests get together in the bar car to chat and to enjoy liqueur as the pianist continues to entertain. Our head barman is always at the ready to introduce his signature cocktail. The Agatha Christie tops the list. It's a special recipe inspired by the countries that the train passes through. While guests are wining and dining, their cabins are reconfigured as twin bunk beds, ready for a sound night's sleep. The train rolls on through the night, leaving the Alps behind and continues into France. Once guests are up, the following day, a continental breakfast of fresh fruit and croissant is served in their cabins. Train pulls into Paris and it action stations for our team. Some of our guests will be disembarking here, while others will be coming on board. The chef and his brigade are also busy loading fresh local produce. As the train travels through northern France, brunch is served in the restaurant car. Lobster thermidor is usually the main feature, filled with seasonal ingredients such as mushrooms. Eventually we arrive in Calais and it's time to wave goodbye to the continental wagon lit carriages. But the journey is by no means over yet. Guests board a luxury coach to travel through the Channel Tunnel to emerge in England. Everyone can just relax, read newspapers and enjoy a drink as they go. The coach arrives at Folkestone station where the British Pullman train awaits. Like its continental cousin, its beautiful carriages are all originals, dating from the 1920s. All have stories to tell. Many have been used by the royal family or played a leading role in state visits, while one was used for Sir Winston Churchill's funeral. As the train pulls away, a delicious English afternoon tea is served. Sparkling rosé wine from the vineyards of Kent. The tea from Cornwall's Tregethnan estate complements the journey through the lush countryside. Eventually, the British Pullman crosses the Thames and arrives at London Victoria Station. As guests disembark, their luggage is already on the platform, ready for collection. The train's crew line up to say goodbye. Many guests ask us to arrange for them to extend their vacation, staying at either the Ritz or the Gorin Hotel in the heart of London. As they leave the train, the words "journey of a lifetime" are ones that we often hear.